Hello again, this is Robert Veach here. This is my video review of the AUVON, A-U-V-O-N, their 4 outputs, TENS unit, EMS function, muscle stimulator machine for pain relief therapy. 24 modes, electric pulse massager, includes 2-inch and 2-inch by 4-inch electrode pads. This is so much in this kit I can barely fit it on my studio table here. Let's go over what you get. You have a USB charger with a USB port on there, and this can be used for any USB device, and it produces 1 amp of current at 5 volts. You have a USB to micro USB charging cable so that you can charge the unit. You have 4 sets of dual cables so that you could have up to 8 different electrodes on your body. Here are the electrodes that comes with. There's the 8 that you can completely encompass your body with, and then it has 2 of the larger pads so that you can get a little bit more current stimulation depending on your application. And this really nice little pad holder that has a minimal contact area on there so that you won't damage your pads. And before I forget, when you remove these pads, just want to point out, you don't want to pull on the wire right there. You want to lift them here, just like that. You don't want to pull on that wire and damage that electrical connection, because this TENS unit is using electrical connections to pulse slight amounts of current through your muscles and through your skin. Now, there's a lot of research that says that this process works and it blocks some of the pain sensors in your body so that you eliminate some of the pain. And it has this nice little holder that you can keep this in. And also included is a very nicely written instruction booklet that goes over everything you need to know about the unit. So as I was saying, this unit does TENS and EMS. And EMS is really unique because if you want to build muscle, EMS is what you want. And EMS is different, so electronically it's going to send a different type of signal to these pads, a signal that goes deeper into your tissue to get to the muscles. And when you want to build muscle, you want to use EMS. When you want to do pain relief, you want to use TENS. And that's really nice that it combines those 2 functions on there. So just so you know, TENS is called transcutaneous electrical neurostimulation, and EMS machines are called electrical muscle stimulation. And it will build, the purpose is strengthening and rehabilitating muscles, and the TENS is for pain reduction on your body depending where you have pain. So the first thing I'm going to show is how to charge the unit with the included AC to DC adapter and the USB to micro USB cable. So you take the cable that it comes with, and you'll notice that one side has USB, the other side has micro USB on there. So on the unit itself, on the bottom, there is a micro USB port. Just line it up like that and plugs right in. And then on this end right here, plug that into that port on there. Now we're going to plug this into 115 volts. And what you notice is it starts displaying a charge pattern right there. And those 3 little LCD panels, they're going to keep blinking like that. And when it's done charging, they're going to be completely fulfilled and they'll stop blinking. To save energy, you see it cuts off the display. So while you're charging, the unit does not allow you to use the unit as a safety feature, so you can only use it after you're done charging. I'm going to go over all the functionality of this unit. Looking at it, you can see that on the top, it has 4 outputs. It says A1, A2, B1, and B2. So you can have 4 different cables on here and 8 electrodes running. So you have 4 different channels of stimulation or of muscle building right on the unit. And that's a lot. Now to turn the unit on, You just hold this button down right there and it comes on. Right off the bat, there is a lock button right there. If you hold that down for 3 seconds, you'll see on the display, it's locked. Then no keys will do anything. Hold it again for 3 seconds and remove that lock just like that. Now you notice it's blinking, and don't get intimidated with the display. It's pretty straightforward. You notice that's blinking tens, and it's in the last mode I left it in. See that little character right there? And there's buttons along right here. Right now you notice that it is blinking the A because this is the A channels. So if I hit this button right here in the center, now it's doing the B channels. You can go back and forth. Now note that when you're doing these channels, you can adjust each one separately, and they are essentially sending out 4 different signals at the same time if you wanted to have that many electrodes on your body. There is the time displayed right there, and that's a countdown timer. And there is a button on the bottom left right there, and you hit that, and you could have increments of time, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And it goes back down to 10. That's your time selection right there. So you have your button right here, which lets you control the A channels right there, or the B channels right there. And then you can control the intensity of these different software pieces here. And that's a plus and minus right here. So that's plus and that's minus. Notice that it is changing the B because the B is the one that's blinking. If I go to the A, now I can go and adjust the A like that. So that way you can adjust each one. When you change from the different settings, it defaults to a lower energy level so that you don't get alerted by it. So now let's look at the display again. Right now it's blinking on the A channel, and we're right on that mode right there. So there is a button right there called mode, and that button allows you to walk through the different modes. Now if you look closely, there is a little number, and now it went to there. So it's going to walk through these modes, and notice that when I got to these bottom modes right here, it switched to EMS, and that's where you can build your muscles. So there's 2 categories of EMS right there. Then it goes right back to tens, and you can walk through and you can see those little sub numbers moving. So in each one of these modes, you just decide what energy level you want, but going up and down. And then if you're bored, you just go through different modes. And it's a good idea to go through all these different modes while you're using this, so your body doesn't get used to one pattern. And if you don't want to do muscle building, then just don't go to these 2 modes here, skip past them, and stick to those 4 modes right there. So I just have a little simple diagram right here because it can get a little confusing. The unit does have an auto shutdown if you're not doing anything after 5 minutes. But it's real simple. You have A1, A2, B1, B2, and the left side of the machine is set up for that, and the right side is set up for that. And then you can control these independently and have all 4 of these going at one time with those pads. The company provides a 12-month warranty and lifetime technical support. And if you register with this company, they'll give you an additional 12 months, so you get a total of 2 years warranty on this product. And that's really nice. It's unheard of in this industry. So that's the basic operation of this. Very, very functional, and I like the display. I like the fact that the display is lit very evenly. It allows you to go through all these modes, and you can clearly see when you're in the EMS function right there, and you can walk through it. Very simple to use. Now in terms of the probes themselves, let's show you how to hook these up. You have, let's turn the unit back on right here. You have these included cables, and depending on what channel you want, you just plug it right in just like that. And that's the industry standard, that connection. Then on the other side, it has another industry standard, are these little small connector blocks, circles, and all they do, all you do is plug those right in just like that to your pads. And this is universal, so you can get more pads from this company if you need to. And also in terms of pads, I mentioned, don't pull on the wires. You could, if they want to be clean, you could just run a little tap water on the part here, the sticky part, and that will help clean it off and then let it air dry. Don't saturate this. I would avoid saturating the whole pad, but you can run some water, because once in a while, after using them, you'll get some, oil from your skin on there and some hairs and things like that, and you want to just rinse that off and then dry them. So that's real simple. You can just plug this on like that and plug it into each one of the pads. That's all you have to do, and you're all set. So I'm going to do a little experiment here. I'm going to connect two of those larger pads. I'm going to go on the A1 channel, turn the unit on, and you see it's in the tens mode, and I'm in the first little panel right there, and I just have the A blinking, so I'm not going to be using the B channel. So I've got these larger oversized pads right here, and I'm going to put them on my arm, and again pull opposite the side of the wires. And these are very sticky, and that's what causes them to conduct. So I'm going to take this one right here, I'm going to put it on my arm right there, and I'm going to take the other one, pulling it on the side here, and I'm going to place it. You could separate these wires carefully like that. I'm going to place it right here, down my arm, right by these carpal tunnel muscles, which tend to hurt me. Now I'm going to turn the display on just like that, and now you can see it's blinking. It's on tens mode. I don't feel anything because I don't have anything, any volume turned up or any voltage pressure. So now I'm going to slowly increase, and you notice on the left there that little bar is going up. Now I start to feel the stimulation right there. And you start off on the low numbers, and you'll get used to it, and you can slowly increase. I wouldn't recommend going to the high numbers first, but you go just like that. Now I feel the stimulation on the nerves, and it kind of feels like a tingling feeling. Now if I go and change the modes right now, there's all those different modes on there, and you notice that for safety I went to mode number 4. It dropped down to 0 again. Now I can slowly increase that, and it feels totally different. It's a different type of stimulation on my hand. Now if I work my way down through all of these modes, I'm going to get to the EMS mode. Now you see that's blinking right there. Those last two is the EMS. Now let's give that a try. So this is as if I want to build the muscles where my carpal tunnel tends to have problems. And again, it's a totally different feeling from the other ones. And you could tell that it's pulsing with a longer pulse, and I could actually feel my muscles slightly moving in my arm. So it's kind of like I'm doing one of those rubber band exercising machines. That's what it feels like. And that's pretty neat. I'm not exercising, but I'm getting the benefits of it. Now for somebody like me, I have diabetes, and I have problems with my left foot. My muscles aren't strong on the left side, and I tend to get calluses and ulcers. So I'm going to use this EMS mode to strengthen the left muscles by my left foot. And that's a great thing to do because it's really hard to exercise that muscle through stretches. So this unit will allow me to do that. So that's just a demonstration with just a real simple one-port connection. This unit will do up to 4 of those connections. And now after you're done, you can use this little unique holder just like that and put them both on there. And again, those little circles minimize the contact area, and they'll keep them nicely on there. And I also recommend that you take this and you put this in a nice plastic bag, the food bags, and that keeps any dust and dirt from going on the pads themselves. So what's my overall impression about the AUVON, AUVON, the 4-output 10 unit EMS muscle stimulator? I like this product. This is a great kit. You have everything you need. These pads will last a long time. They're very good quality. Everything is here. The display is easy to use as I demonstrated, and you're going to really like this. The fact that it does EMS and TENS and you have a choice. You have a lot of functionality here with this kit. So I'm going to give this product a full 5-star rating on my channel. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to be alerted to new video uploads. And if you like this review, please hit the like button. I hope the information I presented helped you with your buying decisions. Thank you for watching.